Hello, welcome to Steve McDonald's Crafting, and today we're going to answer the question, can you use really fine white sand? And this is really fine. I used it in a previous project on my other channel, so make sure you check out my other channel, in resin to make some beautiful jewellery and some pots and other bits and pieces. I'm not sure how it will react with resin and whether it's going to make lovely jewellery, but we're going to find out. I'm using the T Expert epoxy resin for this. It's a brilliant one-to-one resin and it cures very, very hard. But did you know that they do a 16-ounce bottle and different sizes as well? Here it is. This is the bottle they use. And T Expert have given me a 10% discount code that's available for a week. And I'll put that in the description below. And it's a great size, so you don't have to buy the really big bottles. So I've put my sand in, and I've put about 50% of the sand into the amount of resin, and I'm giving that a mix through. And the reason I mix it through first is to try and avoid getting any spots that aren't mixed. And also, it enables me to prevent putting too many bubbles in. And now I've added another 100 ml of the sand and giving that a mix in. And as you can see, this is making a really thick, heavy paste. And I'm really interested to see what will happen to this, because I have no idea about this experiment. I didn't try it before I made this video. I just thought, let's go for it. And look how gloopy it is. I got popping it into the mold. Now, I'm going to use both molds because I'm going to do one side with some colour and one side without any colour to see how it looks and what it looks like once it's cured. The great thing about it being a nice thick consistency, even though I've done a little bit of overpour, is I can just scrape it off and put it into my pot. Now this is the pots that I'm going to be using to mix up my colours. And I'm using the Hippo translucent colours. I love these colours. I've got a video coming out on them on Sunday. They're brilliant transparent colours. And what I'm doing is I'm just playing around with this now, dipping it in where I think, pushing it to the bottom of the mould, which will be the top when obviously it's demolded, and just playing around with the colours. What you'll see is when this is finished is you get a really lovely effect. I wish I'd put a little bit more effort into scraping these colours in and through, but you live and learn, and I know for next time. I want to say a massive thank you to everyone that got me a coffee last month. Getting me coffees enabled me to get my 3D printer, which I've shown on this channel, and I'll be showing on my other channel as well, because I love it. So thank you so much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So mixing that in a little bit more and allowing that to sit, and look at what lovely colours this makes. Also, here's my members. Thank you for being a member and supporting this channel. It really is appreciated. And don't forget, members, the competition for August is coming to an end at the end of this month. So get your competition entries in, and the winners are going to win some great prizes as before. Pop in the bubbles, because we don't want any of those little pesky blighters, even though I'm sure they do wait for me to leave the room before they think I'm going to get up and pop up. But getting rid of those. Long neck lighter. Again, never a torch on a silicone mould. Now what I'm doing is a little bit of very delicate, as you can see, tapping to get this right the way down to the bottom of the mould. Don't forget, check out my other crafting channel. I've done some really interesting crafts on there and some fun crafts that you might enjoy. So check it out. The link for that is also in the description. Going around it now with the back end of a micro brush to ensure that it's gone right to the bottom so I don't get any bubbles in the lip, and then just filling that up again using this mixture and making sure that's nice and level. And then I will delicately give that a tap. That's me being delicate, by the way. And of course, not only tap it, but I'll also give it a little bit of that squidgy widgy we all love so much, and that really, really does help. There are free downloads and also free information and a newsletter on my website, so check that out. The link for that is in the description below. So let's just drop this, tap it down. That'll release any bubbles that are there, and that'll allow that to bring those bubbles up to the top. Bit more squidgy widgy on this one. Gentle tap in, and then I'm filling this tighter mould up. And I'm not sure at this stage whether this is going to work out, because this is such a tighter edged mould. And I laid this jug with this sand in the ideal position so no one could actually see what I'm doing. Giving that a tap and then letting them cure up. Well, these are all cured now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come out like. They actually look really good from this side, but I'm interested in the other side, obviously. A little bit of overpour there. That'll come off, pick off really easily. Oh, it's very hard, so it hasn't affected the hardship. Hardship? Oh, bless it. Hasn't affected the hardness of the resin at all. I like that white. I think it's come out really nice. So let's have a look at this. Maybe not probably as good because it was hard to get the actual resin all the way down. Although I did do some gentle tapping, as you saw. Now I have got some overpour on this, but I'm going to take that off using my deburring tool. Now don't forget, if you're using the deburring tool, then use it and take small bits off first. And that way you'll get a much neater finish than trying to take too much off. So look. And wear eye protection or glasses when you're doing this. See, look how nice and level that edge is now. And it's just using this deburring tool. It works really well. But you do need to take small, thin bits off. And it does take a couple of times to get used to using it. But it's well worth it. I'll link it in the description. They aren't very expensive at all. And that's made a really nice pot. I like that. It's got very, very hard. It's caused the resin to go really hard. I love this mixture. Let's have a look at this one. Again. That one came out much better than I thought it was going to. Let's have a look at this one. I think adding this as well to it, you know when you go to shows and you've done resin and it gets a bit soft, I think this would stop that getting soft because it's gone so hard. I love that. I'm really enjoying this. So let's have a look at the pieces of jewellery. These are the white ones I did without any colour in them whatsoever. I did some larger ones as well. And that should fit into there like that. And I do like that. I think it's come out really pretty. It's a great white and it gives it a little bit of texture. But let's have a look at the ones where I dipped some colour into it. I pushed the colour in right to the bottom of the mould. Oh yeah, that's come out really well. I like that, just that hint of colour. It's almost like a marble effect. I think you could get a really good marble effect with this. I'm really pleased with this. I'm going to start making some jewellery with this in it, with some different colours as well. I'm going to make a couple of bits up in here and show you what it looks like. It's really easy to do. What I use for this is, because this has got a nice textured back, this is smooth, I use 5-minute epoxy to glue these in with because it really does work brilliantly. It sticks resin to resin and resin to most things really, really well. I've got my resin mixed up now and it's easy to do. All I need to do is pop a little bit in the middle here. Now try not to go too near the edges because you don't want this to squeeze out and then make a mess. But if you pop a bit like that in there, pop that on, push it down. I'll do the circle one and then I'll show you what they look like completely finished. Well, they're all finished now. I'm really pleased with how they've come out. I love the look of these ones with the hint of colour in them. And I also like just the plain white ones. But I think you could probably colour the whole thing and get a great effect. I might try that on some other jewellery. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm always interested to read your comments. Please boot the like button. It really helps me to get my videos out there. And also, hit that subscribe button. If you want to get hold of anything that I've used today, the links for that will be in the description below, along with the link to buy me a coffee if you'd like to support this channel. Take care. Enjoy your resin. Bye.